Today we're going to talk about how authenticity is the key to your manifestations. What if you could do the things that you love the most in your life and make income by being your true authentic self? That's exactly what we're going to go over in today's video, so stay tuned. Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel, Manifest with Kelly. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new here, my name is Kelly and I help mompreneurs just like you get the results that they want in their online business by changing their self-image, by changing how they think, by changing their paradigms to get the results that they want. So what if I told you manifestation is not about getting all the outside things that you want, but it's more about becoming who you truly are? This is something that I've really noticed in my personal journey over the last few weeks, that we truly have to step into our authentic selves, doing the things that we love to do most to get the results that we want to see. So when we step into this place of authenticity, this is when all of our desires are going to come running towards us. We don't have to chase after anything. It all just comes to us. I feel like a lot of people think that manifestation is all about getting the outside things that we want, the house, the car, the money, all those things. And while that's all great and helpful and helps our lives and all those things, at the core of it, it's truly about becoming who you were meant to be and who you truly are. I know you're probably thinking, I don't want to hear this, because I didn't either. For the longest time when I first started this, I was like, just show me all the things about money, cars, all the stuff that I want. But really, you can't ever get any of that until you do this first. So when we're just looking at those physical things, we're looking at objects outside of us. And we're never going to truly bring those objects into our life until we start to satisfy those things from within. We have to work on ourselves from the inside out. And as we do that, all of our outer reality will start to change. We'll start to attract all those things that we want, those physical objects that we want. But to get there first, we have to change ourselves from the inside out. So what does authenticity mean to you? If you're anything like me, when I was doing other online businesses, I would always hear to be authentic. And while I said, well, I think I am being authentic, but it still wasn't bringing me the results that I wanted. So I really started reflecting on what this means over the last few weeks. And it really dawned on me that there's a whole different approach to what authenticity means. So that's exactly what we're going to break down now. So whatever you believe, I'm a Christian. I believe we're created in the image and likeness of God. But whatever you believe, there was a higher power that brought us all here. We were created in God's image. So what is God? When you think of God, you think of this all-powerful, all-knowing, abundant, positive, peaceful. You think of pure bliss type thoughts. You don't think of negativity. You don't think of self-doubt. You don't think of fear. You don't think of any of those things. So when you think of God, or you think of the all-powerful, knowing being that brought you here, what kind of thoughts come up? So if we're created in God's image and likeness, shouldn't we be embodying more of those kinds of characteristics than what society has taught us that we're supposed to do? So we're supposed to experience more of those positive attributes, characteristics, feelings, thoughts, all those things. Abundance, positivity, prosperity, love, unconditional love, all those kinds of things. That's what we're meant to feel. That's what we're meant to do. That's what we're meant to live. We're meant to live in an environment like that. Society has it so backwards and twisted that we feel a lot of feelings of fear, self-doubt, lack, scarcity, all these things. We're always wondering how we're going to have enough, how we're going to get this, how we're going to get that. Like we just don't have anything. Like we're always just wondering from the worst case scenario. And that's not how we're truly meant to live if you truly think about it from this perspective. I think authenticity is truly living as we were designed to live. We were designed to live a life of abundance, prosperity, positivity, unconditional love, all these things. Because when you think of God and we were created in his image and likeness, those are the things that we should be living. But we all live through our senses, through our hear, smell, see, taste, and touch. We turn on the news, we see all this horrible things going on, or we hear all the fear mongering that's going on, and we create this little illusion for ourselves that we have to live this way, that we have to live in fear, that we have to live in doubt, that we'll never have enough, that the economy is collapsing, and all these things. And it really sets into our mind because we've heard it for all these years, but really that's not how we're meant to live. We're supposed to be living abundantly. Abundance is our birthright. If you've ever heard abundance is our birthright, it's so true, because if God is abundance, if God is love, then we are meant to be living in that way. But as far as business and work and things go, we need to ask ourselves if we're truly happy doing what we're doing, if we feel called to be doing the work that we're doing, if we feel like we could do this kind of work all day, every day, and not get paid for it and still be happy and still be fulfilled. Because if the answer is yes, then we are living out our authentic lives. But if the answer is no, we need to be doing some reflecting and see what we could be doing different to get us on that right path. If you're a mom in online business and you're not seeing the results that you want, the sales that you want, the income that you want, the clients that you want, the subscribers that you want, I would ask you to just reflect and see if you're truly creating a path that truly makes you happy. Are you truly doing the things that you feel you're put here to do, that you feel happy to be doing, that you feel excited to be doing? Because if it's all feeling forced and it's feeling like you have to do this, you have to do that, you're going to have a really hard time making it a sustainable long-term career thing that's going to bring you all the desires that you want. So when we become our most authentic selves, it puts us on a higher frequency. And when we're on a higher frequency, we're bringing in all those desires that we want: abundance, gratitude, prosperity. All those things are up on a higher frequency. And when we're being authentic, we're up there with those things, so we can bring more of those things into our physical being. As someone who was in different online businesses over the years, I never felt the true passion that I feel doing this. I feel I've always been called to want to help people understand how their mind works, implement this into their business to get the results that they want. But the outside world was controlling me. I felt like I didn't know enough. I felt like I didn't know this, I didn't know that, or I wasn't qualified, or I didn't know if I could do it. We have to put all those things aside and just jump into what we want to do and go full force into what we want to do. Because when we're happy doing the things that we want to do, everything else is going to fall into place. You always hear the saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's so true, but it's so overlooked because we're in a society where we just feel like we have to get to work, we have to start making money, we have to pay the bills, which we do have to do all those things. But when we take time to really feel from within and do the things that we need to do to become our authentic selves, we can truly do the things that we want to do. We don't have to go to a 9-to-5 we hate. So if you're trying to break free from that 9-to-5, if you're trying to retire your husband, if you want more time with your kids, I would ask you to look at how your life would be when you have all those things that you want and start living it now. Live it in the present. Be as if it's already here. Be that person you want to become. And as you start to become that person, opportunities will align for you to do the things that you want to do. So how do we become our most authentic selves? So I think number one, you have to do the internal work. You kind of have to reflect on what makes you happy. You may need to write down a list, write down things that you like to do, things that make you happy, what you think you could do day in and day out if you weren't getting paid and you would still be happy doing it. Really reflect on what those passions are. This is the internal work that nobody really wants to do, but it's so crucial. If you're a mompreneur in online business, let's make sure you're truly passionate about the work that you're doing. If you're not, it's okay. You can tweak it. You can do something a little bit different. It's not to say you can't do online business at all. It's just maybe we need to tweak some things and do things a little bit differently. Because if you're just trying to force something, if you're just trying to do something to make money, it's never going to happen. When you create your content, when you do your posts, when you do your videos, whatever, that authenticity is going to shine through. If you're not passionate about it, people are going to be able to sense that, and they're going to know that you're not passionate about it. So number two would be to reframe those limiting beliefs. We have so many limiting beliefs that we've inherited through our childhood, through our life, through society, all these things. Feelings of I'm not good enough, or what if I fail, or what if I can't do this, all these things. We have to switch that. And the more you start to switch these thoughts, you don't even have to switch them full force. You can do maybe just make the thought a little bit better. And as you start to do this day in and day out, it gets easier. It gets easier to catch those thoughts. It gets easier to make those adjustments in how you're thinking. And the more you do this repetitiously, the more things will start to change. The more you do it repetitively, the more you're going to start to see it happening more naturally. And as it starts to happen more naturally, your feelings start to change, and then your actions start to change, which in turn your results start to change. Number three would be each day select an action and do that pushes you closer to where you want to be. See how your life will be at the end of achieving the results that you want, and start acting as that person now, embodying those qualities, embodying those characteristics, embodying those feelings. Feeling is truly the secret. You have to feel as if it's here now. Feel being that abundant person. Feel being that gracious person, that person who has everything that you want. Feel it now. Close your eyes, envision it. Once you've closed your eyes and envisioned it, you've already experienced it. You're just waiting on it to come into the physical form. So keep that in mind. When you've closed your eyes and you've seen it, you've already experienced it. So you know that it's here. You know that it's coming. We're just waiting on it to manifest into its physical reality. Number four would be really important, and that's to practice gratitude daily. Each morning before I get out of bed, I listen to a guided gratitude meditation. It's only 10 or 12 minutes long, but I just lay there in the present moment and be so grateful for all that I have. Be grateful for my house, being grateful for my car, being grateful for my family, being grateful for my precious little daughter. That is why I want to do all of these things, is to have more time freedom, to have more financial freedom, to help others in accomplishing these goals that are so important to so many of us, especially us moms. Be grateful for all that you have. And if you can't, even if you're having a bad day, you have the ability to decide to change that right then. You have the ability to decide to be grateful. And if you feel like you just can't muster up the ability to be grateful for big things, be grateful for the air in your lungs and for your heart beating, and that you don't even have to think about it. Your body is literally keeping you alive, and be grateful for that if you can't think of anything else. You can also speak gratitude in the present tense for the things that you want. Like, I'm so grateful for this and that, the things that you want to come into your physical reality. Expressing gratitude for them now, the universe is going to say, hey, she's being grateful for that already. I need to give her those things. It's kind of like creating a vacuum for the things that you want. But I feel like as you get more into this work, going into it, you want all those physical things. But the more you do the internal work, the reflecting, the changing, all these things, you become more focused on being the abundant person, being the authentic person, being the prosperous person, being the unconditional love person. And as you start to embody those things, that's when the outer world is going to start to change. We all go into it wanting the fancy car and the house. And while we still all do want those things, you start to see that it's more about the bigger picture, about becoming the true, authentic person that you were designed to be. So if you like this video, I'd love if you give it a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know your thoughts, what you think of this. If you're already doing these things in your day-to-day life, I would love to hear in the comments. And subscribe if you like this video. If you're a mompreneur ready to grow in your online business, take that income to the next level. I'll be posting more videos on how to embody that person, embody being that person now, and strategies to help you get there. So stay tuned.